designed climatically, so designed to fit the environment. This for us, the sun and the heat.
Okay.
And then once you have that foundation, you can do the conservation through energy, water, and then through the materials that you use. So a green buildings try to conserve as much energy as possible so that we draw as little as possible from the national grid, and also tries to have a backup solar or other renewable source to support the energy use of the building.
Wow.
And also tries to conserve water by treating and reusing water and using recyclable and local materials.
I see. So what's this whole green building challenge about?
Yes, so we want to bring the concept of people always think it's a new thing, but I like to say that we want to remind us of the principles of our traditional buildings. So our traditional buildings are green buildings, and we want to bring those principles into modern buildings, and we want to remind the young ones who are coming, who are the future of our construction industry, about this, let's say, lost idea of building sustainably.
Oh, okay. So is that why the focus on students?
Yes, so we want to let there's also the climate change element, where by 2050 we want to have carbon net zero buildings. And if we want to achieve this by 2050, these guys who are in school now will be at the forefront of it by 2050. So we want to gradually introduce and remind them of these principles of building.
That's interesting. I mean, you're actually looking into the future.
Yes.
Great. So what are some of the categories of the Green Building Awards?
So the Edge Green Building Challenge is actually in two parts. We have the student competition, and then we have Green Building Awards for completed buildings.
Okay.
For the student competition, they are designing a net zero carbon ready building, which is a building that is almost self-sufficient. And then for the Green Building Awards, we are recognizing the efforts of established building professionals who are building green buildings currently. And the categories, there are about 10 categories. We have home, we have hotels, industrial buildings, retail buildings, mixed use buildings, office buildings, I said hotel, resorts. I can't remember all of them, but we
Of
have
course.
10 categories. Yeah.
That's understandable. So what would the judges be looking out for? Yes, we know the categories, but what would the judges be looking out for?
So the judges will be looking out for two things. Because it's a green building, we want to see that it's a building that conserves energy and water and uses green materials. So they'll be looking at that using the Edge app to assess the buildings and see how much savings the building is actually able to make. And then they'll also be looking at the architectural technical side, that the design is good, that the concept runs through, and that the design is aesthetically pleasing.
Great. So these awards, are we just looking at one winner per category, or we have two or three?
So for the building awards, we have one winner per category, but for the students award, we have three winners: first, second, and third.
What do they get?
So the first place gets a trip to South Africa to attend a green building summit, and then and they also get free Edge expert training, and the other the second and third get also the free Edge training and free exams, Edge exams. Yeah.
Great. So tell us when when is the award night?
So the award night is 6th October at Labadi Beach Hotel. We will be joined by the Ministry of Works and Housing and the First Lady's office. She's also a green champion herself.
Okay.
She did the Kolebu Teaching Hospital Maternity Block, which is actually Edge certified. So it's certified as a sustainable building. She has the papers to prove it. And we will be giving out the awards and supported by our sponsors and partners.
Talking about your sponsors, who are they?
So we are being Edge generally, and the green building tool is being supported by SECO and the UK government. And for this summit and challenge is organized by Yecham and Otna and Associates, and supported by the Ghana Institute of Architects, and it's one last person I think I'm forgetting.
Okay. So the awards night is on the 6th.
Yes.
That's on Thursday.
Yes, this Thursday.
Yes, this
Exactly.
Thursday at the Labadi Beach Hotel.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Is it open to all or strictly by invitation?
It's by invitation because we have a limited number of seats.
Great. So you've talked about your partners. Any special thank you want to say to them?
We just want to thank all the participants who submitted their works, and we want to thank the IFC for the Edge tool in the first place. There are a lot of green building tools internationally, but they're all very expensive to use. They all range from $100,000 to $200,000 to get your building certified. So the IFC developed this tool for developing countries, which is to certify a building is around $10,000 instead of $100,000. So that's very beneficial in encouraging uptake of green building in the developing countries.
Right, we definitely will be there to support you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Akosia Obeng-Mensah, who is an architect, author and Associates,
Yes.
For joining us here on the Super Morning Show. Anything you want to say finally?
Well, this is the 60th anniversary of architecture in Ghana. I'm also the social secretary for the Ghana Institute of Architects. So look out for the events that we'll be planning for our 60th
Look out for the
anniversary.
events. Thank you very much, Akosia Obeng-Mensah, for joining us here on
Thank
the
you.
Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Stay with us. We'll be right back.